Herzlich willkommen zu CTVAU Folge 20, ein Jubiläum. Unser Gast ist diesmal Jarmacus Henderson, der in der kommenden ELF-Saison für die Vienna Vikings in der Defense auflaufen wird. Er ist ein Pass-Rusher, wahrscheinlich einer der besten in der Liga. Nicht das Beste in der Liga war unsere technische Verbindung vor 10 Tagen, wie wir das Interview geführt haben. Ich habe jetzt lange überlegt, soll ich dieses Interview in dieser Form hochladen auf YouTube bei Football oder soll ich es lassen? Ich habe es dann versucht zu behübschen, indem ich es zusammengeschnitten habe und die Ausfälle zwischen den einzelnen Fragen und Antworten in der Interaktion zwischen Jarmacus und mir einfach herauszubekommen, war nicht einfach und es hat nicht die durchlaufende Qualität wie die vielen Interviews, die wir bis jetzt hatten, die 19 anderen vor dieser Folge 20. Das wollte ich euch vorher noch sagen. Denn ich glaube, dass wir mittlerweile nicht nur von den Gästen hochkarätig sind, sondern es geht auch darum, dass die Technik einwandfrei läuft, die Tonqualität halbwegs passt, die Bildqualität damit die Gesichter, die Emotionen gut zu sehen sind, natürlich auch. Ich möchte daher vorausschicken, Anregungen, Wünsche, Kommentare, macht's doch mal was anderes, beziehungsweise was könnte ich ändern? Was könnte das Team ändern, das mit mir CTVs jetzt seit November vorigen Jahres macht? Was könnten wir für euch neu machen? Oder was ist für euch vielleicht, was fehlt? Das heißt, jetzt im Anschluss dieses Interview und danach bitte nehmt euch die Zeit und schreibt uns auch Feedback. Auch wenn es Kritik ist, Feedback ist immer gut und wir nehmen es gerne auf und wenn wir es umsetzen können, dann passiert es auch. Also viel Spaß jetzt mit dem Interview mit Jarmacus Henderson und CTV und ich hoffe, ihr bleibt dabei die nächsten 17 Minuten. Ja, herzlich willkommen, liebe Zuschauer. Wir sind wieder mal bei CTV und wir haben heute einen ganz besonderen Gast. Jarmacus Henderson ist bei uns und I will say in English, hello over there in the USA. Hello, Jarmacus.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, thanks. Fine. And how are you? Where are you exactly now at the moment when we are talking?
I'm in Union, South Carolina.
Okay. So, how will you? When will you come to Vienna to join the Vikings team?
The beginning of April.
In the beginning. So, and what are you doing until you take off to Vienna, to Europe?
I'm working right now, and I have some side business that I'm doing, and just working out, just trying to stay in shape, stay ready. So, getting healthy.
Um, have you heard something about the European League of Football? Have you had an eye on it? Did you watch videos, or what do you know about it?
Yeah. So when it got started, like I think it was 2 years ago. I was just playing football in Germany, not for the European League,
Mhm.
but for the GFL. But yeah, the team I was with, Cottbus, they took me to my first game, which was I think it was like 4th of July maybe, or something like that. I don't remember the date, but uh, um, yeah, ever since then, I was like, I gotta go. This looks like it can be fun. It's the highest league in Europe. I get to test myself and, test my strength against other people. So, and I've been watching, I'll watch highlights as soon as they come out. Like when I was overseas in Finland, after the game, I'm seeing how the Vikings did, how anybody did on the highlights. So I've been keeping up with the European League for.
Okay, we had the last few seconds were a little bit buzzing. I had a scramble on the screen, but I know what you said. So when you're joining the Vikings and you know that they are the reigning champions, and so you should help them to achieve the same goal like last year to get
Of
the title,
course.
to win the championship. So what
Yeah.
do you think about the team? Can they make it again? You told me you watched something and you know that you're joining the champion. So what is the thing that you are what is your goal for that year you come? What is the goal for September this year maybe?
Of course, it's to win another championship. to be back to back. That would be first time ever in the league. So of course, that's a goal. I mean, and the team, of course, I believe that we can go back again. We still got all the starters. I mean, all the all-stars. And just watching those, and I studied those guys like Bua, Edwards, I think Shanura. I can't really say, but I looked at it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. And I think we got the advantage because you already got that championship experience and you already know what it takes to get there. And I think in the beginning, they had some difficulties, but as the season progressed, they got better and better and they learned how to win and became a brotherhood. From what I've seen, from what I read from the players and the pictures and stuff like that. So I can't wait to be a part of that. I just want to add on to it and be another threat. So, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds very good.
Yeah.
Even you know how to pronounce the name Schnurrer because you know.
That's all right. Yeah. Okay.
And you stayed in Germany 2 years ago. You played in Germany. So do you speak a little bit German? Ein bisschen Unterbrechung drin.
Hello?
Hello. Now you were. Did you hear my question? I can repeat it and I cut it out in the end. So we are not live, yeah? All right. You're again not on air. This is a big. So
are we good?
Yeah, are we good? I think it's okay. The question was, do you speak a little bit German?
Hey, listen, I can do a little bit. I can't keep a conversation right now, but I got enough to get me in the grocery store and get out. I can do that much, Danke. Hey, I can't think right now, but I'm good. I'm good.
There are some fans out there who will teach you some maybe original Viennese German words. I think that they would like to do that, even when you know what they mean it. But come here and test and check it out, okay?
Yeah, definitely will.
I was talking about fans. What means that to you that a team has fans, much fans, going to push you forward? They're sitting in the stadium. So, what is the meaning for you? How important is a fan for you? A big fan community and the individual as well.
I'm not gonna lie. That's something that I always think about, playing in front of a large crowd and just the fan base that the Vikings have. It's crazy. I see it. They even got their own Instagram page. So that was something new for me. And just some of the fans reaching out to me and congratulating me welcoming me with open arms. So that really stuck out to me. And just like I said, by the pictures, the videos, I feel like I'll fit in there and just get along with everybody. And you need the fans. The fans give you that boost of energy at home, even when away. Like I watched one game, they still had a large crowd from the Vikings. So I was like, wow, this is, they really there for their team. So yeah, you need those fans for that boost of energy, and it just motivates you more, makes you want to do more in the game. So
you said they were reaching out to you maybe via Instagram, as I could hear. What are they asking? What are the questions? What do they say on Instagram to you? Jetzt haben wir wieder Unterbrechung. Na? So. Okay. So we had a little intermission, I think. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you. I can't see you though.
The question was, what are you said the fans are reaching out to you via Instagram? What are they asking?
No, they're just like welcoming me, like, hey, it's nice to have you in Vienna. Can't wait. Can't wait for you to be part of the team. Can't wait for you to see the city, stuff like that. Just welcome me. That's all.
how did it? How was the way to the Vikings? Who reached out to you? Who was contacting you? Or is it somebody? Was it somebody that you know? Was it Chris? Or who was it who reached out to you to play for the Vikings? I think you told it in the beginning, but I didn't understand it exactly.
Yeah, Coach Chris, he reached out to me and about last year, early last year, but it didn't work out the first time. So I guess they kept their eye on me as the season progressed. And after the season, so I'm just glad that they kept me in their thoughts and chose me.
Okay. Can you hear me? Just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because your voice was not right. So can you finish that again with Chris? The last few sentences, I think about the last two or three, they were scrambled.
Yeah, I said he reached out to me early last year. But I get things didn't go as planned the first time, and I guess they just kept their eye on me during the season. They still thought about me after the season, so I'm grateful for that. That they just kept thought of me. So yeah.
You I read on an interview that you gave that you were watching every game of the Vikings in the last European League season, football season. Is that true?
Yeah, I still do actually. I still do watch the highlights of the football games. Sometimes, like before I go to sleep, I might go on YouTube, search up Vikings versus whoever, and just study everybody. That's why I just be analyzing how people move, how they block, how they move their hands, how people get off the ball, how they run into the ball, just figuring out those kind of things.
Yeah, you will join the defense, of course.
Yeah.
The Chris was also a defensive coach, and he was a defensive player. Sometimes he
Yeah.
was a backup quarterback. But what do you think about the level the defense of the Vienna Vikings is playing?
I mean, studying the defense last year, I mean, you got good corners. You basically got an all-star in every position. I
Mm.
mean, once again I can't say his name. Oh, Blake Nelson. After watching him, I watched film on him. He just got a good get off. He can get around the ball, he fly to the ball, and he's strong. Then you got number one over there. He's wild with it, and he's all the way. He's always to the ball. And then you got Edwards. He's an all-star. You got Schnur. He's always to the ball. You got I'm trying to pronounce the name. Horvath, 32, I want to say. Yeah,
20.
and he's smart. He's just got a good
Horvath.
IQ. So
You mean
yeah, yeah,
Lewis?
yeah.
His
So
first name is Lewis Horvath. Yes,
Lewis Horvath, yeah.
he's one of the best players in Europe, in my opinion. But go on.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else. I just, I'm still trying to get used to everybody.
I won't care. It's okay.
But yeah, just watching those players, you really can't get past those guys. No fly zone. You can't really run the ball either because you had those guys on the defensive ends, and it's just an all around defense. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm part of it.
Um, you were playing in America, in the USA, at the Newberry College. And
Yeah.
maybe you can tell the youngsters who say always they are, who started over here to play football, they say, my main goal is to go to the USA to join a high school and later to go to a college, maybe NCAA team. So what can you tell them how hard it is to get into a college team, to get into an American team or so? So it's not so easy as they think, I think.
Yeah, for different people, and one of the things that you got to know is some colleges they pay attention to the eye test. It's all about how you look, the stature, and if they can build something out of you. So that's one of the things. And there's a lot of colleges that you can get accepted, be on the football team, but you won't be playing. So it's a lot of talent there. It's a lot of guys. I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of dogs out there, a lot of guys that really want it, and that are like working like maybe 2 or 3 times a day. So you just gotta step your game up. You just gotta outwork. That's really all it comes down to. You gotta outwork. You gotta think positive. You know, you gotta believe in yourself first of all, and you just gotta believe it. So that's really all it is.
We have currently we had 2 guys out in the NFL. One is on the roster, which Bernhard Reimann from the court.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second one is Bernhard Seikovic, who is always on the path, is still on the path. We find a program at Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I see that.
So if you make it to the NFL, maybe in the past we find a program, and there are only 2 Austrians, and we have quite a good, quite some good players here. But
yeah,
the NFL and is maybe the most hardest thing to get in as a player from Europe, more than one guy from the USA like you. But do you think that Bernhard might make it to the roster, to the 53-man roster?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Like I said, if you believe in it, you see it, and you work for it, and you just stay positive and keep telling yourself you are, and then it'll happen. So yeah.
The last 2 questions are following this. The first one is, what is the first thing we are going to do to find out about Vienna and about maybe the town and the country? So are you expecting something from the country, from the people, not only from playing football?
Outside of football, just good vibes. That's all I really want. Just good vibes, positive vibes, good energy all around, and just respect. That's all it is. And the first thing I'm gonna do when I get there, first thing I'm gonna do is find a gym. That's gotta be the first thing. I gotta get the gym. So I hope they got me situated before I come with that, because that's gonna be the first thing I do when I get there.
Okay, that sounds great. And the last question is, can you tell us some favorite players that you were watching when you started football? Where were your favorite players? Maybe it wasn't a D player or something like that. But let us know how, when you were young, you started to think about playing football. Who was your favorite one?
I wouldn't really say I'm young, but when I got to really watch football and like understand the game, of course I'm gonna say Aaron Donald. For me, Tyrann Mathieu, Luke Kuechly, Clowney, but in South Carolina when he was in college. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
Okay. So if the fans they're now watching, the Vienna Vikings fans, do you have any, let's say, a message to them? It's as at the end of our interview.
To the fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to meet you all. I can't wait to come out there. I can't wait to, make new friendships and just create bonds with y'all. And, maybe we can connect on a, let's just say, connect long term, after or whatever happens, we still stay in contact, still check on each other, just show each other love, respect. Like I said, positive energy, good vibes. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Okay. Thank you, Jarmacus. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm happy that we made it, and I'm happy that the technique worked, let's say, well. The game plan was not 100%, but it was okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say hello, goodbye to our viewers, and stay please online. I just want to talk to you after that. So, das war Jarmacus Henderson, unser neuer Spieler aus der Defense bei den Vienna Vikings. Sehr interessante Geschichte, College, NFL, aber auch über die Vienna Vikings was er sich erwartet. Und vor allem schreibt ihm, er ist auf Instagram und er wird sich freuen, und ich sage auf Wiederschauen und schaut bitte mal zu bei CTVAU. So.